That vigil just wrapping up in the last half hour to honor the life of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson. The young mom found shot dead early on Monday morning. Our Bria Chapman was at the vigil live after hearing from Mahogany's uncle and family. Bria.
Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. So they just wrapped up here, and I just spoke to Mahogany's sisters and her cousins, who describe her as the life of the party. They tell me that was their baby. Now, her family gathered here, and they released balloons in honor of Mahogany, and you could hear her mother and other family members just sobbing. Now, Serenity Apartments was one of the locations that police say she sent to her family, letting them know that she was in danger and she needed their help. Tonight, they gathered with balloons and candles to show their love for Mahogany. Now, 7 people are facing charges for what's being described by Police Chief Scott Thurman and DA Danny Carr as a horrific crime, one of the worst ones they've seen throughout their career. Now, officials say not only was she shot and killed, but she was also beaten with a gun and sexually assaulted. And some of these acts were recorded, but her family, especially her uncle, says that is not how they will remember Mahogany.
We stand united as a family. We love our Mahogany. We say to the world, we're still standing. We have submitted the case to God, and we have bound ourselves together in love.
And her family says although she was taken from them, she will continue to live on in their hearts. And many of them say they are so happy that she was able to share that location. That's something that Birmingham police say was pivotal in solving this case and getting 7 people behind bars. Reporting live in Birmingham, I'm Bria Chapman, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.
Bria,
all right, you guys, you just heard a bit of the story regarding Miss Mahogany Jackson. I am Jami, that's me. Thank you guys so much for joining me as we are about to get into this story. And it just reminds me so much of this Shanquella Robinson situation, because it is being alleged that a lot of these people were friends with this young lady, Mahogany, who happened to be 20 years of age, and she left behind a 3-year-old daughter, which is so tragic, so devastating, because her mom is just wondering, like, how am I going to tell, my granddaughter that her mommy isn't coming back? Like, what am I supposed to do? And I just really hate this for her. I hate that this young lady was tortured the way that she was. Like, it's so sad. So just getting into, some of the notes that I have. Mahogany's body was found around 2:19. Okay, first of all, you already heard that there were 7 people that have been arrested, okay, for this young lady's death. They're saying that her body was found on Monday. I believe it was February 26th, something like that, on a Monday at like it could have been at like 2:19 or something like that in the morning, but her body was found in the morning. Actually, I think it could have been later than that. Okay, I think her body could have been found later than that, meaning earlier, later that morning, like earlier when you guys are getting ready to start your work day, kind of like that. In the morning, I believe, is when her body ended up being found. Someone found her body lying on the side of the road under a mattress. And from what I'm understanding, this young lady was assaulted. And they're saying that it could have been about 10 people that may have been may have been involved in this young lady's death. But at this time, only about 7 people have been arrested. She was reported missing on a Sunday. As I said, her body was found alongside the road early Monday morning. Somebody was passing by and they saw that her body was underneath a mattress. They said over 10 individuals, as of right now, 7 have been arrested, but they're saying over 10 individuals played a role in Mahogany's demise. Y'all, they humiliated this young lady because they assaulted her, and they post the videos on social media. They assaulted this young lady and then had the audacity to post all of this to humiliate her on social media. They tortured her. It's being alleged that they forced this young lady to perform sexual acts on a few of them. They violated her by RAPing her. Just horrible. They jumped on this young lady. They shot her. Okay, some people are alleging that it was execution style, and that is it just makes me feel a weight inside. Like, it's crazy how you could be up here with people that you think are your friends, that you may think care about you and all of that, but the whole time they despise you. and they want to come for you and attack you. Like, what the hell is really going on? All I can think about is the Shanquella Robinson video and how that was surfacing, and how that video, she was assaulted, and that video was showing all over social media. But you know what's so crazy is the fact that till this day, we have yet to get any justice for Shanquella Robinson, because her crime took place over there in Mexico. And none of the individuals have been arrested till this day. But thank God Birmingham came together. All right. Thank God y'all came together and y'all made sure that we was going to know exactly who did what, how they did it, and whatever the case was. So shout out to Birmingham for, those people coming together, doing some investigations and getting the names to the police officers, whoever names that they could get to them, for these individuals to be all arrested for their crimes against this young lady. Like, it's just really, really sad. It's really, really sad. And I just, whew, girl, I just cannot, I can't take it. I'm at a loss for words. Like, what is going on with people today? We have so many other things that we could be focused on and we could be worried about. But y'all over here assaulting people, putting it on camera, torturing people, violating them. Like, that's just, I just can't take it. And I hope that they got the dog stumped out of them when they were locked up, once they got arrested. I am hearing that that is what happened. And I really hope that that is indeed true. But again, shout out to Birmingham, because y'all made sure y'all came together and y'all got those names to the officers accordingly.
The Birmingham Police Department would like to announce the arrest of 7 suspects in the murder investigation of Mahogany Jackson that occurred on Monday, February the 26th of 2024. The following have been formally charged. Giovanni Clapp, black female of Birmingham, Alabama, has been charged with felony murder, kidnapping first, assault second with injury. Blair Green, black male of Birmingham, Alabama, has been charged with felony murder, kidnapping first. Tasia Lewis, black female of Birmingham, Alabama, has been charged with felony murder, assault second with injury with a weapon. Francis Harris, black male of Birmingham, Alabama, has been charged with capital murder first, capital murder, kidnapping first. Sanaya McCall, black female of Bessemer, Alabama, has been charged with felony murder, kidnapping first. Jeremiah McDowell, black male of Bessemer, Alabama, has been charged with capital murder first, capital murder, kidnapping first. And Brandon Pope, black male of Birmingham, Alabama, has been charged with capital murder, kidnapping first, capital murder first. The Birmingham Police Department would like to thank you for the outpouring of information that we have received during this investigation. This case highlights the strength and effectiveness of the partnership between the community and the Birmingham Police Department.
All right, so you guys just heard and saw all of the individuals that was involved in this young lady's death, and what their charges are. And I'm so glad that they hurried up and found these people within a week. Okay, so shout out to everybody over there in Birmingham. It is being stated that hours before this young lady passed away, of course, she was kidnapped. I'm not sure exactly who led her or lured her, is what I'll say, lured her over to these apartments. All right, she's hanging out with these people, then all of a sudden things just flip, right, to where they started to assault her, get all in her face and ready to jump at her and get at her. So I don't know I don't know what it exactly had something to do with. People are saying that they wanted her money, they were coming after her because of her income tax and stuff. So those details are still a bit muddy. All right, but what is clear, and her mom did take a screenshot and show different times that her daughter did try to call her. It looks like she may have tried to call her via Facebook or something. So they're saying a few hours before she passed away, she did text her mom and she called her mom. Okay, she had said that she had been kidnapped. She was saying send the police, to this particular apartment. She was held hostage, and she was like, do not call, just come, send somebody. Right, I'm not sure if her mom was the only person she reached out to. Maybe it was more, but she did reach out to her mom, which is so devastating. as a mom to know that you likely didn't get there, to your child in time. Like, I just hate that her mom has to live with that and experience that. Some people were saying that her mom was asleep at the time that the messages came through. I'm also hearing that her mom was on the phone, which is why her messages wasn't coming through. But either way, she did not get the messages in time. When she did get it, she was able to call the police, send the police over there. When the police got over there, they learned that Mahogany had left. Okay. I believe that the officer went over there at a particular time, and they listed a different time, like, oh, she left at this time, right? And some of that stuff wasn't lining up based on the time frame that the messages was sent to her mom. So so Mahogany definitely tried to reach out to her mom. She tried to get herself some help, and it just makes me feel so much of a way inside to know that she was trying to escape. She was trying to, get somebody to help her. And although they did not get to her in time, it did help solve her murder. So she helped solve her own murder. But whew, girl, and to have a 3-year-old baby and not knowing exactly what you're going to tell them. And y'all got this video and stuff surfacing all over social media that's going to be on the internet for years to come. And that's devastating. If that baby ever comes across that footage to see exactly what happened to her mom and how she passed, like, that's just so sad. I just hate that so much, y'all. I just can't take it. But I am glad that these individuals have been caught and they have been arrested for sure.
Live and on your side. WBRC Fox 6 News starts with breaking news.
That breaking news, these 7 people all charged with murdering a 20-year-old mother from Jasper. Someone found Mahogany Jackson's body on Monday in Birmingham after she had texted a family member that she had been kidnapped.
Our Bria Chapman was at a press conference held by Birmingham police this evening. The chief not mincing his words when discussing this case.
Scott Thurman describing the murder of Mahogany Jackson as disgusting and one of the most heinous crimes that he's seen throughout his career. And not only was Jackson shot and killed, she was also sexually assaulted by multiple people. Now there are 7 people under arrest facing charges for felony and capital murder and also kidnapping. And Chief Thurman says all of the suspects were acquaintances of the victim. And not only was she tortured to death, some of these horrific acts were recorded by those suspects.
Facts of this case are deplorable and sickening. Saddest of all, they were made public by the suspect's decision to videotape portions of this horrific act. We hope to shield Mahogany's family and friends by withholding specific facts surrounding the investigation. However, we have determined that Mahogany was a victim of sexual assault with murder and kidnapping. There's videos of some of these heinous acts taking place. And that's something that was a pivotal piece of the investigation.
And with 7 arrests in 48 hours, Chief Scott Thurman is commending the people of Birmingham, saying that you all answered the call. And now these suspects will await their day in court while Jackson's family prepares to lay her to rest. And they'll also honor her life tomorrow night with a vigil. Reporting in Birmingham, I'm Bria Chapman, WB.
All right, so you guys just pretty much heard all of that, y'all. It's like I said, it's definitely another Shanquella Robinson story to me. It's like we gotta watch who we call our friends, and a lot of times we don't realize that these people that we be with ain't friends until the last minute, until it's too late, right? But I do feel like the signs are there. The signs are there when you get a bad vibe about people that you call your so-called friends. You get a bad vibe about them, but then we brush it off and we be like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that big of a deal. Or, they wouldn't do that to me or whatever the case is. But the signs be there about people. Okay. And sometimes you don't see those signs until they're very late. And I just really hate that being friends with these group of individuals, or just one or two of these individuals, led to this young lady's demise. Like, how do you call yourself a friend and not think about you harming your friend and how it's going to affect their child? How do you do that? You was never a friend to her. You never saw her as your friend, because a friend would think about that. The actions and the things that I'm doing to this person could likely lead to this happening with their child, or whatever the thing is that could, happen to traumatize their kids. Like, You didn't think about that at all? You a friend? Were you familiar with her mom? Did you think about your actions and how it would affect her mom? Y'all over there assaulting this girl in so many different ways, and you're putting it on social media. Y'all didn't think about how that was going to affect her. Y'all did think about how it was going to affect her, because the whole goal was to humiliate and to embarrass her. Which is why y'all, why do we do that? Why do we be filming these fights and these arguments and whatever the case is and uploading it for social media for entertainment purposes? Why? And y'all was so stupid that y'all helped nail y'all own damn coffins, because y'all sat up there and posted this video, and y'all helped the entire community identify exactly who y'all were. And I want to get into the details. I can't wait to find out. None of them need to have bail. Nobody needs to be able to bond out, because this was a horrendous act done by all of them. And I'm glad they got all of y'all. And if it's a few more people that they didn't catch, I hope they catch y'all before the month is out, so y'all all can sit alongside each other and look at how you wasted your life trying to assault somebody and embarrass them and violate them in the worst way. And I want to know, who is the person that pulled the trigger? Who was that? It's just crazy. This is just a terrible, terrible, terrible story. I hate this so much. I really hate that this happened to this young lady. I'm praying for her mom, for her family. I could just imagine what her mom is dealing with mentally, to know that she lost her child, to know that her child was reaching out to her, to know that she has to, explain to her grandchild what happened. I don't think this was her only child, but still, it was her child. And the girl being 20 years old, her mom has so much more to look forward to in her life. And this young lady has so much more to look forward to in her life. And that was cut short by y'all whack ass mother. And I really hope they put y'all under the jail. I really do. I really, really, really do. And I wonder how y'all family feel, knowing that they raised individuals like y'all that would turn around and unalive somebody and torture them in this manner. Yeah, they should feel shame too, because they're gonna feel that blowback from what y'all did. They're gonna end up about getting harassed or called out or whatever the case is because of y'all actions. Because y'all don't be thinking that when you do stuff, it's bigger than you. It's not just about the person you're harming, it's about yourself and those that's around you too, and your family as well. And I'm sure some of the young ladies that were arrested probably got kids themselves. And now y'all kids got to go through life knowing that my mommy is not here because she contributed to the death of another young woman. Whew. And again, y'all are here to still tell y'all story. Y'all are still here to be able to pick up the phone, even if it is a collect call, so y'all can talk to y'all relatives. They ain't never going to be able to talk to this baby again. And the last memories that they're going to have of this girl is her being assaulted and it being plastered all over in social media. Out of line. And I can't wait for this footage and everything that y'all posted trying to be Billy Badass or whatever the case is. Y'all recording this stuff and got it floating over social media. I can't wait till it's used against y'all in court. Okay, I can't wait till it's used against y'all in court, so y'all all can be held responsible for y'all bullshit actions. Okay, so everybody need to go ahead and get ready to plead guilty, because that's exactly what it is that is giving. Okay, let's get into more.
The Birmingham Police Department announces 7 arrests have been made in the Mahogany Jackson homicide investigation. On Sunday, February 25th, 2024, the Birmingham Police Department officers began investigating the missing persons case of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson. Mahogany sent a text message to a family member that she had been kidnapped. Early the following day, officers and detectives discovered Mahogany's body in the 1700 block of Laurel Avenue. Investigators determined that she had been shot. With assistance from the community, detectives were not only able to locate Mahogany Jackson's body, but detectives took 7 suspects responsible for Mahogany's murder into custody within 48 hours of this investigation. On Wednesday, February 28, 2024, detectives were able to obtain arrest warrants for the following suspects. Giovanni Clapp, black female, 23 years of age. She is charged with felony murder, kidnapping first degree, assault first degree, and assault second with injury. Blair Green, black male, 25 years of age, of Birmingham, is charged with felony murder, kidnapping first degree, and sodomy first degree. Tasia Lewis, black female, 25 years of age, of Birmingham, is charged with felony murder, assault second, injury with a weapon. Francis Harris, black male, 25 years of age, of Birmingham, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, first degree, and capital kidnapping first. Sanaya McCall, black female, 23 years of age, of Bessemer, Alabama, is charged with felony murder, kidnapping first, and first. Jeremiah McDowell, black male, 18 years of age, of Bessemer, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, first, and capital murder with kidnapping first. Brandon Pope, black male, 24 years of age, of Birmingham, Alabama, is charged with capital murder, kidnapping first, and capital murder with first. The facts of this case are deplorable and sickening. Saddest of all, they were made public by the suspect's decision to videotape portions of this horrific act. We hope to shield Mahogany's family and friends by withholding specific facts surrounding the investigation. However, we have determined that Mahogany was a victim of sexual assault with murder and kidnapping. Recently, Mayor Randall Woodfin and the Birmingham Police Department have urged the public assistance to help the Birmingham Police Department investigate violent acts such as these described in this case. In Birmingham, you answered the call. It's hurtful to know that 7 individuals could participate in such vile acts, but this case highlights the strengths and the effectiveness of the partnership between the Birmingham Police Department and our community, as 7 suspects are now behind the bars and will soon be in custody of the Jefferson County Jail with no bond. And I'll tell you, as many of you know, I served a number of years in the homicide unit, and this is undoubtedly one of the most heinous acts I have seen in my career. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm very thankful to the men and women of the Birmingham Police Department who've worked tirelessly for many days and at very long hours to bring resolution to this particular case and get these individuals off the streets of Birmingham. And I also want to highlight the assistance of the citizens of Birmingham who came forward and gave us information that led to the arrest of these individuals. And I can't thank them enough.
Chief, can you tell us how long Mahogany was held hostage and tortured, and do you have a possible motive?
I will say that all of these individuals were acquaintances, that they were not strangers to one another. As far as an exact time of how long she was held, I don't have that information.
And do you have a potential motive?
I would just say that they're all acquaintances of one another.
I know on early Monday morning, you all went out there with the family to go look for her. What happened during that time? Were you all able to find her? Or clearly not at that moment, but what happened? How did you...
Well, Monday's when we found her body. You know, Sunday's when we got the information about the fact that she had been kidnapped and began a search to try and locate her. It was in the early hours of Monday morning that we received information that led us to where her body was, so we were able to recover and begin a homicide investigation at that point.
So in no way you all made it to the apartment complex that was in question?
We had been to that apartment complex on Sunday, yes.
So what happened there? Did you make contact with any of
We did make contact with someone. We did question some individuals.
What came of that conversation?
One of those individuals is charged.
Did they admit to that?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of the case because that would hurt the criminal case, but it was all pieces of the puzzle, I guess, if you could say.
And out of situations like these, where with her texting her family members saying she was being hostage or asking them to send the police, and you go to this apartment, can you just go in? Is that probable cause? Like, how does that work?
So we have to look at the totality of circumstances. Each case is different, has a different set of facts. We have to look at what we've got, and then, you know, there's different ways, whether we need to obtain a search warrant, we can gain consent, or, as you kind of alluded to, if the facts are just egregious enough, then we could go in and make sure no one's in danger.
So of the 7 people, have most of them been compliant and talking to detectives who have been working on this case?
There again, that's something that will need to come out in court. You know, that's part of the criminal case.
Chief, how exactly did the public assist in identifying these suspects, and are you confident that these are all of the suspects involved?
I am very confident that this is all the suspects. Just them giving us some of the information that they had seen, that they had been made aware of, giving that information to our detectives so they could follow up from there, which led us to the culmination of these individuals being in jail today.
Chief, I know you said you can't tell us the motive right now, but I saw, is it true, can you confirm, has there been like a video going around of a fight prior to the murder that occurred?
Well, I won't necessarily say there was a fight. There's videos of some of these heinous acts taking place, and that's something that was a pivotal piece of the investigation. So I'll just leave it at that.
Chief, how big of a role would you say those text messages and her contacting her family, how big of a role did that play?
Well, I think that was a very big role because that kind of got the police involved. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been involved prior to that time had that information not gotten out to someone so they could alert us so we could begin an investigation. The investigation initially began as a missing persons case. Our investigators spent all day out, most of that night, trying to locate her, following up on leads to see where she could be and things of that nature. And then, unfortunately, a few hours later, we received information of where her body was. We went to that location and did indeed find her body.
Chief, I just want to clarify something from earlier. Did the victims all the suspects all knew each other? Did they also know the victim?
Yes. Okay. Everyone involved in the case, victim suspects, were all acquainted with one another.
Can you say if the person that led you to Mahogany's body is one of the suspects?
They are not.
And do you know where Mahogany was shot? Was that an apartment complex? Or?
There again, that's some of the facts that the detectives they're presenting in court.
How much longer do you think it'll take to kind of sort of wrap this case up before you get to court? Are there more things that you're gathering?
There's constantly always things, that are ongoing in a case. There's a lot of other leads and things to follow up on, testing of evidence, getting, things back from search warrants, things of that nature. So there's always, just because an arrest is made, there's still a lot of things that need to be done before we get to court to make sure that every stone is unturned, everything is checked into and evaluated.
Do you all think that these are the only people that were involved, all 7?
Yes.
How many other locations was she taken to other than the first apartment?
There were some others. There again, that's something that's kind of critical to the case that, only the people involved would know some of that information. So sharing that with the public could potentially hurt the criminal case in the future.
Can you say if she was killed at the location she was found or killed somewhere else?
I don't have that information.
Is there anything you want to say to the community? I know we've had for several weeks, days, have been talking about homicides happening, and in 48 hours, people came forward, which is not common in some of the cases that you all are dealing with. Is there anything that you'd want to say to those folks who came out and helped the detective business?
I would just like to drive home to, our citizens that this is the outcomes that we can have when we all work together. We can get these people off the street very quickly to ensure the safety of everyone in Birmingham when we all work together and information is shared. And so these men and women who work in the Birmingham Police Department work very hard. They haven't hardly been home working on this case and some of the other cases, but this is what can happen when we all work together and we share information. They won't stop as long as there's things to work on in this. As long as the public shares that information, we'll continue to follow up on it.
All right, so you guys just listened to a bit of the press conference when it comes to this story regarding Miss Mahogany Jackson. I just have to say, rest in peace to this young lady. Definitely sending my condolences out to her family, especially her daughter and her mom. This is just such a tragic story that never had to happen. These people's lives never had to be taken from them as well, had they never been so reckless in taking her life, and abusing her and violating her and trying to humiliate her as well. So it's just a sad story all around. Rest in peace to this beautiful young lady. That's all that I have for you guys at this time. I wanted to bring this story to you guys. I know we haven't done, stories like this in some time, but it definitely triggered something in me. I was like, we have to talk about this. It's bothering me so much because it truly reminds me of Shanquella Robinson's story and how you think these people are your friends and the whole time they enemies. And it's just really sad. So you really got to watch both sides of your back when dealing with people. It's just tragic. Like I said, I'm sending prayers to the family. You guys can continue the conversation down below. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.